for you. How you doing? What did you think of the scrimmage? This is, I guess, sort of the last tune-up before you guys play the Chiefs in terms of just like being in the stadium and doing that kind of thing. What did you think just overall of how it went and the state of the offense right now?
It went well. We're getting the details, finished up on exactly, of training camp and things like that. And, the beauty of it, everyone came out healthy. So, we all came out healthy and the scrimmage was well. Got some, good competitive plays and, in a setting where we got to get used to, especially for our home game. So it was nice to be able to get on the field and just kind of, let it loose.
And Deshaun, was it encouraging to see Zach get his big payday? How happy were you for him? And what does that make you feel like about your own situation as you guys continue to talk and as your agent handles that for you on your standpoint?
My agent and the organization is continuing to handle that. So, my main focus is just getting ready for next week and making sure this team is set in stone and, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually ready for, on September 10th. So, my agent's handling that, and Zach deserves everything that he got, plus more. And, he's did everything that he needs to make sure that he's solidified in that area. And his family is good. And, he's been, coming to work and putting in that work for it.
Sarah?
Deshaun, how often this offseason did you think about the playoff loss to the Chiefs? And does it come up any more recently because your guys are going to open the season there?
For sure. It's always in the back of my mind. But it's something that I didn't dwell on. And I didn't, get upset about or, constantly think about all the time. It's definitely a motivational factor, but what I want to work on this off season is to get my craft down and, continue to be ready for big time moments like that and figure out what happened for that situation to change. And so, of course, it's been on my mind, but I didn't, it wasn't the main factor for this off season.
What did you learn from that game?
We got to play 4 quarters. And we can't, we got to be able to switch and stop the momentum from a great team.
John?
Deshaun, how have you evolved as a runner? And have you ever had a run that was bigger than the touchdown against Buffalo?
I've always had a natural, just kind of, I guess, athletic skills since I've been little, really. I just kind of, run and know, try to how to, protect myself. And then also, when to get down, what time situations I, need to use my legs and my feet. But just really just the biggest thing is just kind of protecting myself when I run the ball. And, that Buffalo, run was very, very big. I'm trying to think of a different situations. If I sit right here and think, over the time I can, bring up some, but that was definitely a huge one.
When you got hurt 2 years ago, the coaches started holding their breath and said they were giving you a hard time. Do they still tell you to be careful when you're running, or are they just used to you doing it?
Oh, most definitely. They make sure every time, even in practice, I know I'm not going to, run full speed. No one's going to, touch me during practice, but they always make sure, OB or Timmy, and make sure you slide, always giving me a heads up and, protecting myself. Because I have to protect myself to help the team be successful on Sundays. So, for me, they always make sure that, hey, they know that, hey, I'm going to give you this warning.
Aaron Reese.
Hey, Deshaun, Patrick Mahomes said the first time he remembered meeting you or seeing you was at the QB Summit camp in 2016. Is that the first time you remember meeting him or spending a lot of time with him? And what, if anything, do you remember about that interaction in that camp?
Yeah, it was dope. We were out in California. I want to say that was with Jordan Palmer. And we're just, a group of guys that was trying to get to the position that we're in right now. And just kind of competing, having fun, getting to know each other from all over. And it was a great interaction. We spent the whole weekend together and, and went out to eat and, chill out the house, chill by the beach. So it was good to be able to, get to know someone. And it's cool to be able to see, me and Pat, kind of have the same situation, same kind of off-season training to get to where we're at.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously being in the same situation, similar situations. When you evaluate your performance, evaluate where you've been successful or not, do you use other guys like Mahomes or Lamar as a bar, or do you kind of consider yourself separate from whatever?
Nah, I focus on myself. I'm not gonna compare myself to no one else. Each one of us probably have different standards, different ways of how we approach the game. You know, we all want to be legendary and champs, but there's different standards and different situations that we got to focus on. So I can't compare myself to Pat because, you know, some things that Pat do well that, you know, I need to work on. There's some things I do well, Pat might need to work on. So, you know, we're just two different, you know, at the end of the day, we do the same thing, but at the same time, we're different people. And the way we, you know, operate and think might be a little bit different. So we can't compare each other to, you know, one another.
Yeah, thank you.
Got time for two more. Aaron Wilson. Aaron Wilson.
Yeah. Hey, Deshaun, wanted to ask you about one of your defensive teammates that you compete against, AJ Moore. What have you seen from him this year? Last year, you know, he played mostly special teams, but now he's growing into more of a defensive role too. What do you think of AJ? Thank you.
Yeah, his confidence. He's a complete player. I mean, he's been able to play so many different roles and do so many different things. And he's came each and every day and compete. And regardless if he, you know, make a play or don't make a play, you know, he's always getting up with a great positive energy, positive attitude, and always competing, regardless of what the situation is or how he's feeling that day. So, you know, me and AJ have grown in a relationship over the past couple of years. And, you know, he's been, you know, doing this thing and, you know, he's been showing, you know, that he deserved to be on that field, regardless of, you know, whenever that needs to be.
Last one for John.
Deshaun, you've been with O'Brien now for 4 years. How have you seen him change as a coach? And tell us something that you see behind the scenes about him that we don't know.
Change-wise, I feel like he's, you know, more relaxed in you know, different situations. You know, in the situations as far as like comparing or, you know, competing or, you know, putting me as a quarterback in different situations in the heat of a moment during practice during the week. So I'm ready for those game-like pressure situations. And being able to communicate, you know, not just with the quarterback, but with all the players and all the coaching staff. And I feel like, I mean, I don't think that people understand the work ethic that he puts in, the time that he puts in to watch film and try to make sure this organization is at the top of his game. So, I mean, he's probably the hardest worker in this building, you know, in this organization. He's not going to stop until he's a champion. So that's what I like about him.
Thanks, Deshaun.
Thank you.